The biographical sports drama film Air. Who would have thought this would have been one of the most interesting films of the year so far, all based off a shoe deal. I will say this movie did surprise me because I didn't think it would end up being this good. So the story of this one is that it's based off the real life events of Nike and their deal to get Michael Jordan with their shoe brand. And from there, it's a movie I had entertaining time with. And just seeing how this shoe deal came to be, I generally had left this film pretty inspired. And I'm going to talk about the elephant in the room here, but I'm glad they didn't show the actor that played Michael Jordan, his face, because if they had, then it would undermine what the story was really about. The cinematography was great, the story was written really well, and the music selection was downright cool because there were so many hit songs within this one. Now, I wouldn't call this one of the best sports dramas of all time, and the reason being is, while it's cool seeing the business side of things, but I prefer sports dramas where a team comes from adversity and wins that big game at the end of the movie because, to me, that just feels more compelling. Nonetheless, when it comes down to it, this is a very enjoyable movie. I certainly would recommend for people to check this one out. It is simply one of the better movies to release so far this year, and it certainly is worth the time. Now, to be honest, I'm not a fan of sports. I was a couple of years ago, but then I got to a point where I just didn't care anymore. But I do love sports dramas, and I have to say Ben Affleck did an amazing job. He's directed some good movies such as The Town or Argo. And I just like his direction because it makes the movie watchable in my opinion. Now the acting from Matt Damon, it was real good. And not just that, but this movie is real funny. Chris Tucker, another great job. Even though he hasn't been in a film in a couple of years, it was great seeing him in this film here. And then there's Viola Davis playing Michael Jordan's mother. Awesome job. When she's not playing Amanda Waller in the DC films, then, the woman has range. And that shows in one particular scene I'm not going to spoil, but overall, I think everybody that's in this movie did a good job. Now, I wish Marlon Wayans was in this movie a little bit more. He's literally in about maybe 2 scenes. Now, this was a good history lesson because I really didn't know about the details between the shoe deal Nike had with Michael Jordan. Like, I know Michael Jordan is one of the best NBA players of all time. That or LeBron James, depending upon who you ask today. But overall, it was good seeing all the negotiating going on in this film. And just how engaged I was with this movie. Another complaint I had about this film is that I probably won't go back to rewatch this no time soon. It's not that I didn't despise this film. It's a mere fact that I'm not really thought this film is that watchable in my opinion. It's a good film, don't get me wrong, but it's just like not really my forte to watch these types of films often. I'm giving this film an 8 out of 10. Yeah, this movie definitely was a highlight. I really didn't know what to think going into it, but I'm glad I finally did check it out. And I have to say that this movie did not disappoint me whatsoever. And you don't even have to be a fan of sports in order to enjoy this one. Sure, this is not everybody's cup of tea. Not everyone's going to like this movie, but I think overall, for the most part, this film does a very good job of telling the story between Nike's shoe deal with Michael Jordan. And sure, it's not 100% accurate. No biopic really never is when it comes to these types of movies, but for the most part, it's all about the journey and just learning about the history behind it. And that is my review of the film Air. Alright, leave your comments down below in the section and let me know what you think about this movie if you have seen it. In fact, what are some of your favorite sports dramas of all time? Okay, this is Slim Guy 172 saying peace out.